Do you think it's a controller game?
Most likely.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
Hey everyone, we're back. I'm a little sick today.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we're here to party. I'm gonna close my door real quick.
Okay. We're gonna play Headlander. It's a what's it? Metroidvania game.
Oh, that's cool. It's one of my favorite genres.
Yes. We probably dropped the messenger. Maybe we'll come back to it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, I guess I could keep playing it.
We'll see.
Stay
tuned to find out.
We haven't decided what we're doing yet. We're sorting through some file stuff. Might as well go ahead and see what this is about.
Headlander. Oh, my controller disconnected.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought we'd try something action-y that Mark might be okay playing, so he doesn't have to talk as much, and I can provide more color commentary as usual. So we got Sergeant, Mr. 70s, Mole.
I feel like we gotta go with this guy, right?
Sergeant?
Really, just because like he's so much more distinctive than the other guys?
Sure. Goes.
Are you calling him Sergeant because you think he looks like a sergeant, or do you have some other kind of reasoning behind that?
I don't particularly have the reasoning behind it.
Okay. I know literally nothing about this game.
Star Cop Haggis.
I think it's supposed to be a play on words for sarcophagus.
Ah. I see. I didn't catch that. It's you, old man.
Man, I can't believe I was downgraded already from Sergeant Old Man.
Y'all should be hearing me on your helmet radio now. I know y'all got a lot of questions, but there ain't no point in trying to talk. Because you ain't got no lungs.
Okay.
I feel like I've already made the let's not get ahead of ourselves type joke before, so...
Have you?
I don't know. I'm sure I have or will again in the future, so I'll try to refrain from that kind of thing in this playthrough. You better go scout ahead, Mark. Okay, you got a nice convenient body
Headland.
lying around over there. Good.
Rude?
Rude.
Red security clearance required for entry.
I'm red. That must mean I have red security clearance.
That uniform is really more of a dusty one.
Just shoot the door.
Yeah, always a puzzling interface choice to have your doors open by shooting them.
Yeah. I always
guess-
thought that was a weird thing with Metroid.
I guess no one was ever concerned about ricochets.
Shepherds investigate. Uh-oh. Old Methuselah's on to us. We best hurry.
What was that name?
Methuselah.
Wait, what is that?
Opening?
Something for... Oh, this is for precise aim.
Oh, cool. Oh. How nice.
I did this just by accident.
Do,
Bye, body.
do.
Look, conveniently, another body. I forgot how to shoot already. Oh, maybe... Oh, no, I can. Oh,
What's up?
I forgot how to shoot.
Wait.
Wait, body, come back.
Oh, can you like auto move your body? Well,
Use LT to precisely... I
uh,
failed.
enemies.
I died. Oh, I'm still alive.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Security lasers are blocking the way
So this is a Double Fine game, I think.
Okay, I've
Always.
heard of them.
They're like
Shippers got their heads. Ain't gonna be happy to see
most famous for Psychonauts. They're quite a larger studio at this point.
Ah.
I think they were recently bought out by Microsoft. Okay, it seems a little tricky.
Wow, I'm dying very quickly.
So you can't repair. Maybe you can just hang out down there. What's
What's this
happening?
mean?
Don't know. Oh, maybe. Oh no, they've got a little barricade there.
Little jerks.
Can you like crouch right in front there? No.
I don't think I can crouch.
Can you just go past them? I think you want to go down through that doorway, maybe.
Looks like it. Okay. Try again.
Were you supposed to do something with that laser grid?
I'm supposed to deactivate it?
Okay.
Let's go.
Gentlemen, repair damage to your head over time. But if y'all take too many hits in a short
Oh,
enough
no.
time, then it's lights out.
Just.
I'll go up here.
Okay. Good cunning escape.
Punch.
It's a. Oh.
Nice.
Do 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 do. What do you think is your favorite thing about Metroidvania games?
That's a good question.
Because they can be very different, gameplay-wise.
Yeah, for sure. I think I like the progression of them.
Yeah, because we've talked about how you're very goal-oriented, I guess. So
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for me. Like, it's quite nice to. This is funny.
you're a. Okay, you can kick up dust.
Yeah.
You like having a lot of little goals, I guess, to get you through to the next point. Like have something to work for, or
Well, I guess something like that. Like, it's very nice to, yeah, have something where you. I guess it's the biggest thing that I love about them is when you see like a locked room and
they don't detect you.
yeah.
That's fun.
When you see a locked door, and then later you get something to unlock that door, and wait, is that where I'm supposed to go? No. Am I supposed to help him out?
I think the worker bot is sabotaging the ship.
Got it.
Alright, y'all made it to the escape pods. Time to get off of this.
Okay. I feel like we've missed like a bunch of innuendo in the comments. You need to get off of that, I think.
Ah!
Your hatch is sealed. See if you
Go
can find
just
another
suck
way
that robot's head
to
off.
escape pod.
So graceful. Whoop. Ba, ba, ba.
Pod one ready.
I like Metroidvania games fine. I don't know. You've played, I think, probably more than I have. I've never played any of the. I've never actually played through any of the like original Metroid games.
Oh yeah.
No, I know you've hours and hours and all of them.
Yeah, I never beat one. I didn't really. I never beat two either.
Mm-hmm.
But loved Super Metroid. I beat it multiple times. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go.
I wasn't paying attention either, so. Can you suck it open? The, like, top part. Okay,
Oh. I'm just dumb.
there we go. Okay. That doesn't seem like an incredibly...
Incredibly safe way to travel? Probably not.
Yeah, this game is like a whole barrel of innuendo, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I really love Super Metroid. I've played and beaten all the Metroid games since. So I beat Fusion, Zero Mission, all 3 Metroid Prime games, even the newer Metroid 3D one. I forgot what it's called. That generally people didn't like. Oh, Other M.
Other M.
Called. And then the newest one that they came out with the 3DS, which was sort of a remake of 2.
Other M just seemed incredibly strange in every way to me.
It was odd.
Yeah, obviously, like, the weird, like, squad thing they decided to do is a big shift from Samus is, like, the cool bounty hunter that's, like, doing stuff on her own, whatever.
Yeah.
They, like, gave her a voice and things. Right.
Well, it wasn't. There were a couple of problems with it. Overall, I don't think it was a bad game, really. More than anything, it had problems with, like, game mechanics, I thought, even more so than, like, story stuff. So, like, it wasn't a Metroid Prime game, for example. It, like, tried to do this, like, 3D stuff. It was almost like a 3D platformer. And they didn't do, I guess I would say, a great job of it, because they still had, like, almost aiming like you would in Prime, so you'd, like, go between these 2 modes.
You mean 3D or, like, are you talking about third person or?
Yeah, third person, but in 3D. So,
Okay.
like, you would navigate a 3-dimensional space, but then to fire, you would go into, like, a first-person mode to shoot.
That's weird. So, like, 3D Mario, but then you, like, start shooting stuff?
Yeah. It was very odd. The stuff you were talking about, the story was also there, where it's like you were answering to, like, the Galactic Patrol or whatever. And so he was, like, limiting you. He's like, you shouldn't use all of your, like, crazy dangerous weapons here because it's, like, whatever, galactic property or whatever. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
remember. And eventually it was like, look, dude, shit's going to hell. I'm going to use screw tack.
Listen, Buster. Yeah, it's definitely a weird thing whenever you bring, like, video game logic and drama into the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly when you're, like, dealing with, what's the word? This vintage naming conventions and things that don't quite work with your, like, dramaed up storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the thing of, like, for a while people were, like, wanting to do a super realistic Zelda, right?
Oh, sure.
And there's just so many things that don't quite work with that, like, I've got a billion things in my butt pocket. I'm gonna pull them out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the stones, Link. It's like, I've got deku nuts.
I don't know, Sai. It sounds like you should write the script for this game. Talk to this person.
Tell me, you're a Taurus? I'm going to have my face refabricated again.
I'm so confused.
So awesome.
Woo. High fives.
What it is.
This is the best game. Robot high fives.
What it is.
Okay.
I wasn't paying
Wait, can I
attention.
go?
Is this like some kind of robot cult?
I don't really know. I have to go somewhere.
Helmet's been designed to extract energy from all types of things. Y'all can use your vacuum drive to open up that casing and get at the good stuff inside.
It's still very strange they ever decided to make a live-action Mario.
Yeah.
I don't even know like what kind of jokes you can make about the thing because it was on its face the most absurd thing you could have ever come up with.
Is it though? But yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, there's a point where it's like the same thing I was talking about. It's like there's a point where they're like in a scrape, and like the weird fungus thing that was the king of the kingdom. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Like opens up and gives them a little thing, and they're like, "It's a bomb," and they just throw it and it explodes, and it doesn't translate, right?
Well, even worse was the time when they get the jump shoes, the super jump shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You mean the whole disco scene?
All right, never mind.
Oh, I don't think I got that. That was supposed to explain the Mario Bros. Jumping thing, as an in-universe game mechanic translation.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't like even. It didn't register in my child brain at the time, but yeah, it's just there's so many things like Yoshi eats a woman, right?
Wait, what?
Don't you remember Yoshi eats a woman?
No, I don't remember.
It was a Queen Koopa too, right? I think they had Queen Koopa, who was obviously not a game character.
I do not remember this at all.
So there was like a villainess who I think was supposed to be King Koopa's escort,
Okay.
and at some point she stabs Yoshi, and he eats her.
Huh.
Yep. The more you explain Super Mario, what was it called? Was it just called Super Mario Bros?
I think so.
The more you explain the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the less it really, the less of a, I think, good picture you can really get of the experience of watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost say that in general. Like, I think there's a strange desire for people to want to over-explain things and more.
Well, I mean, there's this whole, I don't know, there's this whole drive that gamers have to see their game stuff made serious, and it leads to like things like Ready Player One, which was one of the worst cultural moments of the gaming community, I think, personally.
I never saw or read it. Wait, what's that?
I read passages of it, and it was just, it's not even the fact that the writing is amateurish and terrible, because it is, but it's just such a non-story. It's like, the things that, I feel like this is also the same, you know, the, like, isekai, I don't know how you pronounce it, genre of anime, that's the kind of thing.
Which one's that?
So, there's a whole genre of, like, it's not exactly new, but there's a whole genre of, like, video game becoming transported to a video game world. So, like, there was a lot of early stuff, like the doc slash, whatever you call them, things.
Dot hack slash or whatever.
For whatever reason, I mean, I could probably go into a long...
I have no idea where I'm supposed to go.
I probably should have been helping you, but... anyway, I'm not going to. But all of this garbage is coming out now that it's the exact same stuff. It's like some idiot loser loves this Momorpuga and gets transported into the game, and with his cleverness, he's able to abuse the game mechanics, or he gets a super invincible skill that he can become a hero in. And it just has absolutely no creative value or plot.
I can go further up this way.
Hooray. Or like plot merit. Because it's like, there's no struggle for one thing. Your struggle is, in place of a struggle, it's, I was just some asshole and now I have power. And so I get to live out my stupid fantasies. Fine, Frank's a dog.
He has a very distinctive collar.
Okay. We must find a dog.
Never good at taking cover, guys.
Oh, there's a guy behind you too.
Ow, ow, ow.
Takes their heads.
What is it?
Push it. Push it.
Omega Gem. Scans are mandatory. Omega, relaxing times.
I marked the satellite control terminals on your miniscan.
Dog.
Haha. You should abduct them? Oh, he has a collar, right?
Yeah. Does this dog have a collar?
Maybe check to your right and see if there's a third dog. No. Do they have like a description of your mini quest?
No, I'm just gonna take the dog.
Okay. How do you feel about the retro future?
I know. He's lost his collar again. I'm so happy to have my little Frankie back.
Oh, okay. I did it.
Cool. I guess he doesn't need a head. That's fine, right?
Yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, I always watched a lot of, like, the Jetsons and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is very reminiscent of that for me, which
That's kind of
I feel like
funny.
is kind of cool.
It's so weird because so there's one thing like the Jetsons. It's a case of the vision of the future was kind of just applying their presence to like a couple of different sci-fi ideas, right?
Yeah.
So to us, it became like a couple of sci-fi elements, but then with like very retro sort of everything aesthetics and sorry, that was very important.
Steal your head.
Oh, this guy has a double shot. That's way better than a spread shot.
Steal your head.
Hoopa.
Where am I supposed to go?
There was an orange door to the right there. Is orange stronger than red?
Yeah.
Because it has more colors, right? That's how lasers work.
It's not horrible, really, in terms of how that works.
Ba, 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 ba.
It's definitely a unique Metrovania.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely see that.
I got helmet power.
I mean, I've definitely played.
I don't know what that means. What is helmet power? Is that
Probably
my sucking power?
It looks like your health, probably.
I already got a health upgrade.
Oh.
Helmet power must be something else. I would guess it's sucking power.
There.
Ow. Ow.
You.
I died.
Oh. The new thing, it seems, is the hexagon shoots, right? You know what I mean?
hexagon suits.
Like, I don't know who popularized it, but in all of the Marvel superhero movies now, all of the suits are just a bunch of hexagons, right? Like hexagonal, micro, nano machine plating bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Wait, so why can't I do this one? Because of this green? This multicolored goo?
Is it? Can you suck it up? Okay. Maybe just go to the right a little bit more. Open that hatch.
Alright.
Do. It's a upgrade. Deactivate force it. Okay.
Okay. Figure it out.
I feel like I would like a little bit more progression on the abilities. I think they kind of like gave you everything at the start, and then not really any clever ways to use them or anything. It's just sort of a bit of back and forth.
Well, so far, I guess the weird thing about it is that a lot of it so far is dependent on like what body you have rather than
Sure.
like you actually progressing. So like now my progression is now that I have to find a yellow suit instead of oh, well, maybe we're gonna get some progression.
I could tell, I guess.
See there, a hollow crystalline bounce shield.
Reflects lasers.
Reflect lasers.
Okay, so now you can get through lasers.
But each time a laser hits your shield, it drains a bit of power.
Okay. Yay. We made some progression, huh?
Yeah.
Just as we were complaining about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas here I quite like. I'm not sure yet, not entirely sold yet on the execution, but it's better than just doing the same thing. I appreciate not doing the same thing, and it's like either you're going to be better or worse than what's come before you if you just do something exactly what you expect it to be. I feel like so many... wrong way. I feel like so many games are kind of like one gimmick, just tacked on to kind of a tried and true formula. So I do appreciate that this is a lot of different things that are very
Sweet, I guess.
experimental feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. I guess I'm not sure if I'm convinced if it's like good yet or not.
Right, that's where I'm at. I'd almost appreciate it more if instead of just these kind of duck and cover things, there were a lot more ricocheted puzzles.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So like just hitting buttons in particular timing and stuff. I definitely don't like just waves of enemies in this game. I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
They should have just done whatever enemies you see or it's all you get. And base progression through an area around that for the most part. Because again, like, you can be kind of a little bit stealthy and use cover and stuff. And so it feels a lot better to me, games that allow you to plan out and don't like throw... This is what I don't like. That's what I don't like about Fire Emblem. Is that...
There's no like stealth or option on how you do things.
Right, well, not only that, but like the game itself tends to penalize your initial like planning by throwing out random like troop reinforcement things in ways you had no real way of detecting or
Yeah.
anticipating.
Yeah. A lot of strength of a lot of Metroidvania games, especially Metroid, I would say, is that the games are very like environmental, and like this game has some of that. But I think Metroid does a very good job of having a focus on like the environment instead. And so oftentimes the abilities you get you can use for combat, but are really even more commonly just used for like mobility and like doing cool stuff.
Sure, like the morph ball.
Bombs,
Right.
grapple beam.
Okie dokes. Is that all the satellites? One more for this?
Yep.
Okay. We done it. Did it. I don't know why they respawn. That kind of. I guess they have to respawn in case you need them, but also probably wouldn't have locked the door then. I don't know.
Where am I supposed to go? Find a way to the power dome. It's not far.
Think we'll take a break for a minute. It'd be a good idea to check if things are working properly.
Yep.
Um.
Select destination. Okay. Alright.
We'll be back with something. Maybe this.
Hopefully this game saves.
It would be good. See you later, friends.
Bye. What a weird game.